There was a couple of pretty good clubs, both starting with the same letter. I'm not going to talk about it.
Starting with W?
Yeah, both starting with W. Yeah.
What's the second letter, Kim?
We have now got to a stage where we want to be able to do what we feel is right for us.
That ties in perfectly with what I was going to ask you before we were talking about books and things, which is, are you looking for another job in football? But I'm not going to ask you because it's Kim's question, really. Kim, is Ian going to manage again?
No. I think basically I've had enough of it. We had a little adventure to Grimsby, didn't we? Even then we thought, shall we do it or not? And then we thought, well, let's have a go. You wanted to maybe have one last go at it. And the minute you decide to do something, you know it's only a matter of time that it's going to end. So you just try and enjoy the ride in between. But there was always a point where we were going to come home and then maybe do other stuff. We've committed a lot of time and energy into football, especially you, Ian, isn't it? 40 years, is it?
Yeah, it's 40 years now.
So it's time now for the rest of our lives to do something that we want to do and not beholden to a football club and basically the fans that support that club, because it is a 24-hour-a-day job, isn't it, being a football manager? Wherever you go, whatever you do, it's all about the club.
Yeah, and you have to have the right marriage with whoever owns it, because really that's the issue. I wanted to try and be part of that. Never worked because we were never solid. I thought we'd be solid with John Fenty, been there for 19, nearly 20 years, and the fact he wasn't popular when I first went, and I thought I could change all of that around. In the end, he was forced into feeling that he had to sell it, you know. So
just to kind of skirt around Grimsby so we don't go too deep into
what, you're going to go over to Louth and then back out and then maybe up to Scunthorpe and out round? Is that what you mean by skirt round, or just...
No, just trying to avoid the subject.
Figuratively speaking, yeah.
And this is kind of a question for both of you. Have you ever turned down jobs because it wasn't right for you as a family?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the answer to this.
Which one?
It's Burnley, because they didn't have a decent deaf school in the area.
Yeah.
I'm already planning the book and the TV series, the film, everything. Done my research on that one.
That's a little bit unfair. We got into the final two and we pulled out of the final two, right? Because I didn't feel, and we didn't feel, it would be right for our children to go there with their disability.
And there was another club as well.
There was another one I didn't want to talk to.
We decided that no, it wasn't the right time to move.
And there was another one
Who was that? I mean, now's the time to name him, right? We'll cut it out if you don't want to listen to the edit, and we'll cut it out after. We'll
there was a couple of pretty good clubs, both starting with the same letter. I'm not going to talk about them.
Starting with W?
Yeah, both starting with W, yeah.
What's the second letter, Kim?
No, but at the time, life's about the time.
Yeah.
And I haven't always got this right, but I end up, if I feel things and I suddenly change from what I was feeling, and I that's it, you know, because football is, you have to live it, you have to breathe it, you have to do it, and you have to totally submerge yourself in it to get the goodness out of it. And I'm not a political manager. What I mean by that, I don't work out where I might be going beforehand. I think that's absolutely disgusting. You know, certain clubs and certain people will go, hang on, I'm going to get that job, and they get interviewed before it while they've still got a manager behind his back. I think that's absolutely despicable. So, you know, there was a couple of things that, and life's about a choice, isn't it? And, you know, when you look at it, it's been a total privilege to have any club, to even for a day. That's the gospel truth, you know, because it is an honour and a privilege to be in charge of something that means so much to everybody. And that's why the emotions that you get from the game of football is what makes it special. And that's something that I don't ever want to change for anybody. The reasons that you support your club are totally unique to you, and it's totally special.
Who were the two clubs you turned down? Sorry,
Wolves and West Ham.
Wolves and West Ham.
West
Wow.
Ham?
Wow. Were they in the Premier League at the time?
No, they went down, and so did I. But they liked how we played.
Oh, and you played him in the final?
The following year we
Yeah.
did, yeah. I stayed with Blackpool, and Sam got the job, didn't they? But they
Sam,
wanted
yeah.
to talk to me.
They bought Nicky Maynard in, didn't they?
And
Put them on
Wolves
silly money.
was just after they got rid of Mick
McCarthy. wasn't it?
McCarthy, and I didn't want to speak to him. I actually said, if you ring up the club, don't come round the back door, I might want to speak to you. So Jed Moxie did, got their owner to ring Carl. Carl went, oh, do you want to speak to them? I went, no.
No, and then he just said, "Oh, we'll get you to
Get you to Arsenal.
We'll get you to Arsenal. Just don't go to Wolves. I don't want anything to change."
Yeah.
So you stayed, didn't you?
Yeah. But crazy, innit? At
West
that
Ham,
time.
though.
You could have had a good affiliation with that fan. If you get him on side, how good would that have been? Do you know what I mean?
You'd have done all right there,
Yeah.
because they had players that could
You had a bit
play
of money
like
as
you.
well.
Yeah, they did, yeah. You get him up.
Could have been you.
Yeah.
You could have had 3 promotions to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Big Sam took all your credit.
But then, in fairness, if you'd have done that, that would have meant you'd have had to have been sacked by West Ham to get to Palace, wouldn't it? So
yeah.
Yeah.
rewrite
You
history.
could have taken West Ham to Europe though, with that momentum.
And then you would have had another set of fans that really hated you.
And then you would
Think
never
you-
have gone to Millwall though, because
No.
you'd done so well at West Ham.
Yeah.
You
That's
know, do
true,
you know
that
what?
might
If
have-
I-
You
if
could have
my auntie
gone-
was my uncle, she'd be me.
But that might save
What?
good bacon then. It never
If
having
my
to
auntie
go
had
to
bollocks,
Millwall.
she'd be my uncle.
That's better. We are going to use the first version of that though. If me auntie was my uncle, she'd be the uncle.
Yeah, I lost the plot. If my auntie had bollocks, she'd be my uncle.
Nige.
It's alright for you lot, just jiggering around what I should have fucking done, innit?
Jiggering around.
You do, weird.
I'm very happy with what happened, actually, and everybody else can just go themselves from a great height.